Hey, it's Golden Buddha here, back with some more RPG horror stories for your listening entertainment. Today we have a story about a D&D family night. Aw man, here we go again. Roll post. I was just reading about first sessions and oh boy, it reminded me of my little brother's first session. I swear I'm getting embarrassed just from thinking back to it. My father is the kind of guy where he sees his kid slightly interested in something, then buys that kid everything for it to pretty much have a career in it. So, my little brother, who's 12, let's call him S, because I've got another little brother, J, got really interested in D&D. Guess who was visiting and had the D&D books? Yep, me. I did not want to play D&D with my family. Dad wanted everyone to be in it. Even J, who was still over in Australia. I knew it was going to be terrible, embarrassing as heck, and I just didn't have the emotional energy to deal with stupidity. Well, I was in Dad's house, so I had to do what he said, apparently. We started the game. S wanted to be a necromancer who raised the dead. He couldn't, so I think he just took up being a warlock. Mom was an elf ranger, Glinda. At least, from what I recalled, I decided to be edgy as heck and go as tiefling rogue. Game started in a tavern. Got a quest to save a guy's wife from a kidnapping. Didn't really specify what kidnapped her. And immediately I almost got killed by 2 random creatures. Honestly, my bad. I did initiate a fight where everyone else was still trying to catch up, but honestly, I'm kinda suspicious of the high rolls. They were low-leveled skeletons, and I just so happened to die on the first turn of battle. Followed the little minions to a cave, a thieves' cave. We never see the minions again. Thieves' cave was locked by a door with a rat man behind it. I used my charisma to lure the rat man out, and I killed him. Mum, who was not a nerd like the rest of us, was absolutely abhorred by my actions, claiming that I was really terrible. Okay, Glinda the Good. Well, she was in for a shock for what came up next, including me. Turns out the Thieves' Cave was part of a really fancy old castle, and we ended up in some great dining hall. Okay, kudos to Dad for good mystery building, especially considering this was him just improvising on the spot. S found himself at a kitchen, where there were 2 old women cooking up a feast. S deceived them somehow by saying that he was a cook. No rolls? Really? Got an apron over his armor and started to bake brownies. Funny, sure, but then S pushed these 2 old women into the oven and literally cooked them alive. Again, no rolls! This is around the time shit gets stupid. Jay got on Skype from Australia and ended up making a character, a dwarf barbarian. Glinda ended up sneaking down to the jail where Jay and NPC's wife was being kept, and the first thing Jay did was get naked and helicopter. Oh wow, ooh. Like with his, okay. Yeah, I'm never gonna play another session with you, Jay. Got them out of jail, then there was a huge encounter with thieves. Human thieves, mind you. Never saw the skeletons again. Jay literally decimated all of them without any help. Then S takes their corpses into the kitchen so he could cook them and serve mystery meat to us. I think I gave up at this point, cause down the line S and J killed the wife and husband to get more money, and for S to eat their corpses again. Dude, what the heck? I mentioned the idea of just leaving these weirdos because Tiana, my character, has seen multiple red flags from these 2 and wants out of there. Dad got up at me for trying to ruin the game. Thank gosh Mum was on my side on this one, because honestly, who in their right mind would stick with cannibalistic loose cannons? There were also fairies that peed on us. I hated it. I hated the fact I laughed at it. I hated where this session was going. Around the end, we went back to the thieves' hideout to kill the head honcho, who was still sticking around despite all his mates were dead. Okay. Battle took place at a throne room. There was a dead king on the throne. Turned out to be alive after all, who kinda just died from a trap before the battle could get started. And lo and behold, a secret entrance to a labyrinth underneath. Game ended there. S had the time of his life, which I guess was the goal of the session, but I really didn't enjoy it. I don't think my mom did either, because there was never a follow-up session, despite Dad and S pleading for one. The session was basically all about pleasing S. I gave S an ultimatum though after a whole bunch of begging. If he could find at least 2 friends to play with him, I would host a campaign for them and do it properly. S threw a hissy fit saying he didn't know anyone, but that was because he was an antisocial dork who didn't communicate with people at school. It was kind of like my plan to help S get some new friends. Just ask people around your new high school. I know, difficult to make new friends. I totally understand that, but hey, tough love. Unfortunately, he never did end up attempting to find anyone. Dad would get up at me for not playing any more D&D, but I had my deal. Plus, I will never play D&D with my dad as a biased DM, or with Jay again. Sure, I'm certain there's people out there who enjoy that kind of chaotic style of play, like it's GTA or something. I'm not one of them though. I'm still waiting for S to find some friends, even though I'm now in another country. I'd be more than happy to DM a session online for S without my father or Jay in it. In post. Yeah, that's crazy. This is a pretty bad one. First off, the dad shouldn't have forced you guys to play D&D. That's red flag 1. That's always bad. I know it's like, oh, family time and all that stuff, but why would you want to force somebody to play it? I mean, don't do that. And how old were your brothers? Because if they're just young, I could understand them like going crazy like this. Honestly, I don't know why S couldn't be a necromancer, because he ended up doing crazy shit anyways. I mean, the baking brownies, that's not terrible. And the fact that he didn't call for any rolls for some of the things. If you guys are playing 5th edition, like there's no cooking skill. So maybe that was why he didn't call for a roll. And sometimes some DMs, they'll just let it slide. Like if the role playing was nice enough, or if the idea is good enough, just let the player have it. You know, I kind of agree with that for the most part. What I try to do in my games when somebody roleplays stuff, I try to give them bonuses. Oh, you get a +2 or a +5 for actually having a plan or actually like articulating your idea. As for the whole Jay with helicopter with his dick, I'm assuming, that's just fucking weird, okay? I mean, it's funny, but it's weird. Yeah, I can see why you wouldn't want to play with them though. They're doing shit like that. And your mom seems like she was just kind of there. I'm not like saying anyone shouldn't play D&D with their family, but I wouldn't play D&D with this family. Let me just put it that way. Anyways, like and subscribe for more content. And this is Golden Buddha telling you to stay enlightened.